Now on to canned aid. So again, kind of mixing it up a little bit, and Diana's going to tell you what they bring to the table.
Sure. Thanks so much, Jim. And it's an honor to be here with you and with Madison. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to tell you all a little bit more about who Candate is. Like Jim and Good 360, we are a 501c3. We're relatively new. This is our 11th year operating. And we really do work to provide under-resourced communities across the U.S. to lead healthy, active, and creative lives. And you can see, we're going to obviously talk about a lot of this later, but kind of following the same format of the other panelists, this is kind of just showing what Candate has been able to accomplish since our inception 11 years ago. And we do work with, we in preparation for today's event, we went back and looked over the 11 years, and we've had more than 100 corporate partners, which is really exciting, and the impact has been significant. So this is just a little snapshot of what we've done to date. And again, similar to what Madison was saying, we really have tried to make our programs fun, accessible, engaging, and then obviously impactful. And we have a bit of a hybrid approach where we do public facing events, and then we also work with corporations for this employee engagement. But the result is the same. It's really just providing these easy and fun, barrier-free ways for people to get involved and make a big impact in their own community. Our little tagline is fueled by people power, and we truly are reliant on employees and the general public to come help implement our programs across the country. We were talking about some different long-term partnerships that we've had over the years where we really have seen it move the needle, not just in terms of impact in communities where we're serving, but with the employees of specific companies themselves. So Journeys was a case study where their employees participated in a number of different Candate programs across the country, and then implemented this type of donate at the register benefiting Candate during the holidays. And I just thought this was a massive success, because the first year that it happened, they convinced 60,000 employees to donate $178,000 to Candate simply by sharing their own experience of working with Candate. So. And again, as Jim said, here's a snapshot of some of the corporations that we've worked with over the years, and there is overlap between Good 360 and probably with Madison and Clean the World as well. And then that's how you can reach us. Thanks so much. Excited to chat more.
And to that point, Diana, we'll be sharing these, making these available later for more detail and contact information. So thank you for that kind of high level intro. We're going to go now into a little more detail through a moderated panel. So there we go. I just want to set the tone for the conversation today and what we're going to cover and what we're not going to cover. Good 360, kind of, again, going back through, is our focus on volunteerism is specific to kitting events. We do have partners nonprofit partners that have events, and we can make connections. But our forte that's growing is in kitting events for hygiene, feminine care, cleanup, and also do it yourself, as Madison said, kind of an evolution that's come on the last couple of years. One thing that's different for us compared to some programs is the use of donated product. So because we get donated products from, let's say, United amenity kits that have appropriate products for hygiene, or Bombas socks, a favorite, that goes into our kits, and that saves costs and also enhances the integrity of the kit. For Clean the World, I mean, you saw the numbers and you've seen the impact. You probably know about them already. They're a leader and seen as a leader in the hygiene space, on-site kitting, do-it-yourself kitting globally. So that adding that aspect of it's not just US focused is really something to keep in mind. And then also easy to scale. And then for Canned Aid, just kind of bringing in the brainstorming outside of the box, bike bills, skateboard bills, mural painting, musical instruments, programs you probably wouldn't even have thought of. And they are realistically accessible for you to bring in for your volunteers. There's lots and lots of options out there. At ACCP, we saw Undies for Everyone. They're a fantastic program. Impact for Good was there. Hero Box, Kaboom, Feeding America has programs. There are a lot of options for these, so we don't pretend that we are the only options. We just hope that it gets some thought going about trying something new and thinking about what you're doing in a more strategic way. As I said, variety is the spice of life, and that's true for volunteerism. And trying to mix and match, I think, is going to be useful for your program to keep attention. This session will not touch on skilled and unskilled volunteer programs for partners like Taproot, Common Impact, Points of Light, Bloomerang, um, ServiceNow. There's a lot out there that fall in that line of skilled volunteerism. We're actually in a program with Taproot right now with Booz Hamilton, and they're wonderful for that aspect. We're not going to cover that, but that's another form of volunteerism, obviously, to keep in mind. And then also just the last plug for local. Look at your community partners. There's probably something that you can do there with a local Habitat for Humanity, with United Way. St. Vincent de Paul has great programs. And just a tease here, a huge opportunity coming for everybody with a program around Keep America Beautiful, KAB. Next year, stay tuned for that. We're plugged in for that, and we'll be sharing more information, but that's going to be a huge volunteerism opportunity. And then lastly, platforms. So Volunteer Hub, Volunteer Match, even Benevity, Your Cause, they have ways that you can track and plan around volunteerism. So with all the caveats of what we're not going to talk about, let's talk about what we're going to talk about. So I'm going to just do a little round robin, but Madison and Diana, like we did the other day, feel free to jump in if you left something out and you want to add it in. We're going to cover what we think are the key questions that we've heard and also some advice on how to approach these. So first off, Diana, what does a company need to share with you to be able to develop a great, impactful program? What's important for you to know?
The date, the size of the group, their budget, and the location, but we really can operate anywhere within the US. And most of our programs could be implemented within 90 minutes. 2 hours is kind of the sweet spot for us, but we can customize any of our programs for the needs of the corporate partner.
What about goals? What do you need to find out about them, about what they want to accomplish?
So we have really, again, customized these things based on feedback from corporate partners. So if they're looking for team building primarily, if they want a bit of competition, if they want to try to get different departments together, we can accommodate all of those needs. So understanding, one, what their internal goals are, and two, do they want to be part of the actual impact? Because all of our programs have an assembly element where we can invite the corporate partners who helped build the bikes, skateboards, ukuleles, etc., join us at the assembly the next day. So if that's important, we can, make arrangements for that, or we can actually capture video content to share if they don't have the flexibility to go off site and join us at an assembly.
Excellent. I'll put a plug in for your website now. It's got a lot of information that kind of helps focus the questions and understand what you might need. So encourage people to check that out. And we'll